Alright, so since everybody loves Resident Evil 4 so much, and there's all this hype about a remake and everything, I'm gonna play it. It's right here. See? Looks absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it. We'll just get into it. You'll see how everything goes here in a second. As soon as I have it actually behaving. There we go. Let's go for the easier difficulty, and you'll understand why in a second. So see, Leon looks fine. You can tell it's Leon. Good old Leon Kennedy, out to save Ashley. There's money. People are out to kill you, because, you know, of course they are. You have a gun. You got left to your own devices, and there's bear traps everywhere. Checks out. Everything seems normal so far, right? Everything makes perfect sense. I don't see any problems here. All that's missing is my ability to knife things. And we're just gonna play through this. And we're dead. It's a good thing these villagers don't take much to kill, huh? Oh, he did drop money this time. I'm guessing we didn't actually manage to kill him the first time. That is my assumption. Ow. Really getting tired of them throwing crap at me. I think I know what I need to do to get past that, but boy, it's gonna take a few tries, I feel. Fuck that one up. That's on me. Yeah, today's just gonna be dedicated to playing all of those things that people are always so rabid about. All of those games that are so popular for whatever reason. Okay, we survived landing there this time. Very good. Always gotta raid the houses, and of course you gotta use your typewriter. Always gotta make sure to use the typewriters when you see them. Blocking my shots with his pitchfork. Bridge is breaking. No. I don't want to die. Okay, I don't know what to say about this, honestly. People know this game well enough by now. I don't really need to say much, do I? Just about everybody out there probably knows this better than I do. I'm just here, trying not to die. Oh, that's dynamite. Got it. I wasn't sure if I could do something with it. Yeah, I know. Sassing me as soon as I fell into a pit. That checks out. Need all the money I can get. Never know when we're gonna find a merchant. Weird glitch there where the typewriter didn't save how much money I had. That's a weird one. Oh well. This is why it's being remade, is it needs some work. Oh god damn it. Off to a start here with that, huh? Okay. Well, I appreciate the 5 gifts. Even though you're driving me a little crazy with that. Okay. Ah, so I just wait out the dynamite. Got it. Bear trap in the middle of the dynamite. Sneaky bastards. Well, if you remember what day it is, you might get a hint as to why this is the way it is. God damn it. Let's just say today's a expect the unexpected day. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get karma a lot today. I can feel it in my bones. And I deserve it for what I'm doing. For what I have done here this day. Because this isn't even the worst I'm gonna be doing today. I found things, and well, I found things, so I'ma do things. I found a bunch of these things a while before today, and I was thinking about it. It's like, you know, what better day to do all of these things people would totally be expecting me to do than a day where everything's supposed to be weird. You know, you just do all the well-known games on April Fool's Day. That's clearly how that works. It's clearly how that day is always meant to have worked. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I did seriously consider doing a double bluff today. And pretending like something weird was going to happen, and then not doing anything weird at all. These parasites take a beating. Let's just disregard that. And we're dead. This is why I wasn't playing on the higher difficulty, because I'm bad at this. Certainly ain't gonna be a professional playthrough here. Not at all. I gotta time it right for when he's not throwing. Or just brute force my way through, that checks out. Do let me know if it's still loud, by the way, because it was quite loud when it booted up. And you know how these games can be. The audio sliders are a bit of a lie. I think I said it reasonably well. Do let me know if it's running weird, because it did not want a game capture for whatever reason. It exclusively only could do window capture and refused to do anything else. Surprise! Oh hey, we found Ashley already. People said this was a long game. I'm confused. Fair. Chainsaw Man, no. I do not wish to be chainsawed. Yes, Ashley, I know, you're up there. It's fine. I've got bigger problems down here to deal with. Okay, that's about where I wanted it to be, so that's perfect. Means I should lower it probably slightly more. But only slightly, probably. Damn it. He reaches too high. He's hard to keep ahead of. Okay, give me 1 second to make that slight adjustment. There we go. That should be just about perfect then. Now let's get the hell out of here. Problem is I keep jumping up through the ledge without meaning to. So it's really a problem dealing with this guy. Because you have to jump in order to be able to shoot past his chainsaw. But you also keep landing on the platform like that. And it doesn't last very long. Damn it. I had to try to make a push there because I couldn't get back around him. We'll get it this time. I know what I'm doing. Now, as you might expect, there's gonna be a fair few things happening here today. So, expect audio to get jank at times. Got him. We did it. Get all the treasure. And we've saved Ashley. Haha. We did the thing. Why do I feel like this is a lie? No, that is it. Now let me show you why I didn't do it on normal or the higher difficulty. I also did not realize it was this short. Kinda hard to maintain the bit if, you know, the game ends that quickly. So you'll notice immediately we only have 3 health. Now, when I drop down here, watch how much damage these villagers take. They take like 3 hits instead of the 1 they took before. That's fine. They take a beating to get rid of now. This isn't as bad as when I tested it initially, though. I might have actually been able to do most of this on normal. Till that happens. But considering 3 health against the chainsaw, I don't think that would have worked out at all. Now, it's also going to get a bit confusing for people here, because whenever we finish something, I'm going to be jumping to the next thing I have on the list. Which, boy, I've got a list. Don't get it twisted. I got quite a list in front of me right now. So we'll get rid of that one. We've already... Do not grab that window, you stupid... So nothing. Give me 1 second to pull up the next one. Resident Evil 4 was short. Easy game. We beat it in seconds. Shocking. Hard to say why it's so popular with it being that short. Everybody loves Super Hot. I know, oh, it's a popular game. Even I've enjoyed Super Hot. But are you ready for... Super flat? As you can see, it totally... Okay, hang on. Being dumb. That. You gonna like that better? Yes. Ta-da! As you can see, still moves when you move. Everything is normal. It even announces itself just as before. Everything's fine. This is absolutely just Super Hot. You can't tell me that it's not. It does all the same things. You're running around shooting the red enemies and trying not to get shot yourself as you have weird time control going on. And accuracy can still be just a suggestion. Damn it, they shot each other's bullets, not each other. Missed it. I need those bullets. Oh, you can... As expected in Super Hot, you can throw your gun as well. Got him. Missed it. Hey, you know, it's just all part of the jape. Just do everything people would expect others to do on the day when everything's supposed to be weird. It all makes perfect sense. Wow, there's a lot of people that want me dead here. Since we know he's coming, we can do that, do that. Now you notice they're still moving ever so slightly, just like it would normally be. And it looks so real. Technically, it's still a car. My eBay rating is fantastic. Yeah, no, I never expected to be able to maintain this bit for long. It's mostly just going to fuck with people who, as they come in. And don't get me wrong, some of these are actually really cool, and some of these are really bad. Oh my god, this is... I need to think about this one. Because I assume this is physically possible. I just might need to bullet hell this one a little bit. See that, or I just, you know, need to shoot better. Shooting better would help. I was really hoping they'd shoot each other. That would have helped immensely. There we go. Super flat. Super flat. Oh, that was the last one. God damn, these are a lot shorter than I thought they were. I know a couple of these are actually decent length, and I have a lot of them queued up, so it's fine. Just, wow. I did not expect these to be like 6-minute things. Like, this was never planned to be a long stream today to begin with. That's the important thing to note as well, is that this was always planned to be just like a short little one-off thing. But god, some of these are so fucking short. I've already beaten 2 of them. And no, for those wondering, these are not going on the how many games have I beaten this year list. Though I technically could. I'm not going to. These are just here as a joke. On to the next one. We did Resident Evil 4, we did Super Hot. Let's bring back Stalker. We haven't looked at Stalker in a bit. See, looks like Stalker. Looks perfectly normal. It's very tiny for you guys for some reason. I'll see if I can fix that. This is gonna look terrible, and I apologize. There we go. Looks fine now. I'll need to fix that for the next thing, but that'll do for now. Tiny Stalker is tiny. We'll just start from the beginning, why not? In 1986, an explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant scattered deadly radiation across Europe. Yeah, it just looked weird at first when I moved it sideways. Once I evened it out, it looks fine. It just looked terrible when I first, like, pulled it sideways. 100,000 people were hastily evacuated in a zone of alienation created around Chernobyl. Soon, stories began to leak out of the zone of mutated animals and men of the earth and sky twisting into weird shapes, and of alien objects with wonderful powers that would drop out of thin air. For these people would pay well, so scavengers were drawn to the zone. Men drifted there from across the USSR to make a living gathering what they could from this lonely, hostile new world. These men became known as stalkers. Surviving the zone. Complete lines to earn rubles. Keep a good weapon and suit with you to reduce the number of enemy attacks and the damage they do. Use the Enter or Space key to stash useful objects at the bottom of your inventory. So it's Tetris, but Stalker Tetris. Cause you gotta fit everything in your inventory. Artifacts score 100 rubles per block. Other objects score 10 rubles per block. Completing several lines simultaneously gives a score multiplier and a psi bonus. Current and next object is shown there. Current bonuses per turn are shown there. Weapons reduce enemy frequency. Armor reduces attack damage. Level 1 Wasteland. Stacker, you will go into the zone. Send me some good stuff, and I don't want drips and drabs. Big shipments mean big money and no broken crap. You should head to the junkyard. If you show me you've got what it takes and bring back 8,000 rubles of stuff, then maybe I'll pass on a tip about a deeper inn. Black Market Yuri. Entering Stacker Camp. Just drop the Geiger counter there. Throw a jacket over there. Yeah, why not? Double jacket. Pistol right there. Oh, a silenced pistol. That's definitely going to be better. We're just going to put that in our pocket over there. Artifact. Respirators. Probably something I want. Put it over there. And now, as you can see, the inventory starts falling apart. Everything you finish a line and it's no longer complete disappears out of your inventory. It's no longer a usable object. So you kind of got to be somewhat careful. Go ahead and put a guitar over there. Yeah, as you can see, it's more or less just Tetris. Just with some extra bits and bobs attached to it. Occasionally, you just get shot. We've entered the valley. We're making good progress. We're going places. And then the wild dogs start attacking. You take a piece out of the dog's no longer a problem. Go ahead and jam the ammo over there. Rock there. Fill that little gap with bandage. This is weird Tetris, so it's taking me a second to get more used to how to lay things out for this one a bit better. I don't want to finish a line with this. We'll go ahead and put that there, that there. The more wild dogs we let stack up, the more this is going to become a problem. Come on, line piece. I need a line piece. Ow. I'm being shot. We're gonna die here in a second if I ain't careful. Yep, I didn't get what I was looking for. I should have just started getting rid of those wild dogs instead of letting them chew on us. So let's try that again. It's a pity they didn't give this any music, but, you know, it is what it is. I doubt we'll be on it long enough for me to really bother adding my own music. Just be satisfied for now with the sounds of thunk, thunk, bang, bang, dead. The zone is a quiet place. Full of things that want you dead. keep putting things over there. You can't actually rotate them when they're up against a wall, is one annoying thing I've noticed with this. Put that in there. Stack up the vodka. A lot of it, apparently. God damn. I know vodka's plentiful in the zone, but yikes. It's a lot of vodka. Trying to set up again to do bigger, better things. Oh, now you show up, now that I don't need you. Curse you, line piece. Ow. Oh, I think we're getting shot because there's, like, partial guns laying around, and that's getting me hurt. So I keep watching them disappear when that happens. So I think that's the cause. Whoa, my vision. And help. I think our size getting wacky. Help. Can't see. Holy fucking hell. Or are we getting a... Oh, no, I think we're starting to get irradiated. Something's going wrong. You know, aside from my stacking. My stacking's definitely going wrong. Doing an awful job with that. Getting shit shot out of me. Dog. Give the dog a sausage. Why the hell did I do that? Answer, I have no idea. Probably because I'm stupid. Dog. Oh, I dog. Oh god, why are the dogs many? Be gone. They said having a gun reduces monster attacks, so we probably want to, like, jam a pistol over there or something. So we can hang on to it for a little bit. They also said something about... Ah! That's how the inventory flip works. Okay, you can turn the entire inventory over. That's the bit I was missing. That probably would have saved our life before. Soldier loses grenade. Okay. Soldier lobs grenade. Oh. Okay. And everything's gone purple. I don't know why everything's went purple. Everything's going blurry. Send help. My vision is having a hard time. Oh, okay. The shots are actually deleting pieces of my setup. That's the problem. I'm also getting hit with a lot of rocks, and we're dead. Well, we got further that time. I think I'm starting to understand what I'm doing. Keyword being starting to. If anybody came in expecting anything of what's shown to make any sense with the way the title was made for this, I'd be very surprised. I made it very unsubtle on purpose so that people would hopefully realize that this is all just a joke. But that also depends on if people actually read the title. Which we all know people aren't exactly the best at reading. I think we're in an irradiated spot because it's ticking at me now. It's doing Geiger counter click 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 clicks at me. Or it's raining. Either way, this has some neat effects going on. Even if they're very distracting. Like, this is definitely not something you'd ever see under normal circumstances out of me. Is something like this. I figured, you know, special occasion, why not do this? The second I ditch the rifle, fucking dog comes out. Of course. Pretty typical for Stalker right there. Bad dog. Couldn't get rid of that. Okay. Shot. Randomly. Yeah, we are probably gonna die very fast this time, because they are just burying me in dogs. Uh-huh. Totally abnormal, nothing expected there. Nope. 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 Nobody expected this at all. The thing is, I was in a chat with a few people the other day, and I happened to see a message about a Dead Space remake, making it look like it came from the PlayStation. So I looked up the idea of, okay, well, how many of these are out there, and what was done? And I'm like, I have to do this now. Opportunity has struck. This is a beautiful, jank, stupid thing to do. Which, sadly, the Dead Space one is not an actual playable thing. So you won't be seeing that. That ain't happening. So I do have one real good one in the pocket. That'll be coming up here soon. At the rate these are all being short and simple things. I'm looking for a line piece and not getting it. Come on, game. Give me what I need. Give line. And it's not really a line piece, but it's a step in the right direction. The rate we're going, I might... No, I'm gonna be stubborn. There it is. See? That's why I waited. Bam. 4. I can't see. Oh, no wonder our Psy is gone. Ah! That is distracting. Yeah, it looks like if you wait too long without making a combo, your Psy just goes to shit. And then this happens. Okay, it's getting annoying now. Stop it. Oh, and I'm getting shot and my eyes are going fucky. Great. It's exactly what I wanted. You know, for somebody that's actually really good at Tetris, this might actually be a really interesting challenge mode for people. For me, who has only ever been okay at Tetris, this is horrifying. Oh, hey, it's gone to purple. Oh, fuck me. God damn it, I just got rid of the last one. Ah. You have to be good at blind throwing goddamn pieces. And knowing where your setup's at for this to be functional when it's doing this. Oh my god, stop. I would like to see what I'm doing. God, it's like playing crowd control, except at least with crowd control, I'm getting paid. Oh, they've done fucked me. They fucked me real bad. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. That was such a bad situation. I think that's enough of that one. If they're gonna start fucking with my eyes that bad, we're just gonna move on. We'll do this next. I'm of course keeping the bit alive by changing the category every time. This is gonna need a little bit of volume adjustment. I'm also gonna need to fix the sizing. So bear with me about that for a second. You'll get a view once the window is the correct size again. There we go. What the fuck? Why are you so tiny? Why have the last couple of these been real wacky about that? Oh, good. The best option. Music on, off. Yes, excellent. Just use that then. Fix that in a second. What is happening? Yeah, I know. Here's the thing that's really got me fucked up with this one in particular. I have redone it so it is full screen on my side. I don't know why it's just up in the corner for you guys. Give me a second. I'm working on figuring out what the hell it's doing. There we go. Window capture's working. So I know everybody likes Luigi's Mansion. Well, here we go. There you are. So it's apparently still too loud, so hold that thought. Whenever the violins kick in, it is just murdering my ears. There we go, that should be better. Mario! Where is the Mario? Mario? Mario! Do not appear to have a dedicated Mario button, so I will fill in. That's a lot of money. Yeah, you would think. And it could be worse. I could have done Plumbers Don't Wear Ties as a Luigi's Mansion joke, but that would have just been painful for everyone involved. And I'm trying to play this reasonably straight, rather than going full fucky with it. So I don't know which way I'm meant to go. We're gonna go down the hole because the sign's pointing down the hole. And there's money this way. Hey, it's all relative. I never said that this was gonna be completely fair. Oh, there's Egad. Welcome back, Luigi. I bet you're back to help me catch more ghosts. Huh? You're here to see me about your missing brother and the endless night? Here we go again. Quite the handful you are. Anyway, I've been researching this, and let me tell you, I have not the slightest idea what's going on. However, soon after this mess started, ghosts have been popping out all over. I have to assume they have something to do with this. You know what that means, Sonny? It's time for you to get back to work. Grab your equipment in the storage room. Afterwards, come speak to me. The storage room entrance is to the upper left. I guess this way. There's Toad, wearing a robe, for some reason. Let's get our equipment first, and then we'll deal with him. You got the Poltergust 3000. Use X to vacuum, and space to exhale. That's actually really well animated. Huh. Alright, Toad, what's your issue? You don't exist. Okay. You know, there we go. I'm here to save your game. Speak to me again to save. Would you like to save your game? Yes. This is a lot more involved than the rest of these have been so far, so it's a good thing that I actually bothered to fix this. I guess Egad wants us to go talk to him rather than running off. That's the Poltergust 3000. With it, you can capture ghosts. Now you can head to the mansion. If you need a tutorial, head to the training room. The training room entrance is to the lower left. I'm assuming the mansion is actually up top. That's where the trees and shit were. Because, you know, mansions are known for their trees. That's clearly how that works. I expected that bridge to fall out from under me. Well, it looks like a ghost house to me. Discord, what are you yelling at me about? Are you yelling at me because of the things I've done? If so, fair. Give that a second to load while I do things. Ah, okay. Mario, where are you? Huh? Luigi, is that you? Wow, it's Luigi. What are you doing here? Are you looking for Mario too? I went off with him to find out why the moon won't go away. We eventually came up to this big mansion in the middle of nowhere. Mario and I decided to check it out, but we got separated. Now I can't find him anywhere. If that wasn't enough, all the doors suddenly locked up, and now it's infested with ghosts. Hey, isn't that the same vacuum you had with you on your last adventure? It is? It's wonderful. Maybe you can help me find Mario. I wish I could do something for you. Wait, I know. At least let me save your game. There we go. You can talk to me anytime you want to save. Why are you wearing a robe, though? Like, I'm assuming that's a lantern he's holding, but it also really looks like he just has a weird cultist mask that he'd be putting on every time I'm not looking at him, and I just can't not see that now. Get me that money. You know, we could just leave. We have 70,000 gold. We could just leave, Luigi. Mario can fend for himself. Look at all of the money we're making. Much spook. Ghost. Come here, you. Okay, so how do I resolve this bastard? Ah, there we go. I just need to catch him by surprise with the light. Of course. How it's always worked. Well, that hurt. Gotcha. Come here, you. Get in the vacuum. What? But I caught you. Ah, there's multiple. Got it. Checks out. Makes sense. Still figuring this out. Nope. Get back here. Get it. And we got a key. Oh, nice. It actually has the good map, too. So you know where that key goes. Which it looks like it's literally to the door next to us. But in other cases, that will probably be a lot more helpful. Books? Ghosts? Hello? Mario? Mario! You're not Mario. Get back here. You're definitely not Mario. Rude. Nope. Nope. Where's Pac-Man when you need him? Eat all the damn ghosts. Oh good, I can grab two at once. Come here. Get in the vacuum. I was slightly concerned that I would only be able to get one at a time, and that was going to get really annoying. Yeah, this definitely seems to be one of the more high quality ones. It's probably gotten already very confusing for people. If anybody saw the notifications like, oh, he's doing that, and then suddenly sees it change like 3 times within minutes. Come on, come here, you. Yeah, we got him. Get in the vacuum. You thought you could stop me taking your friend. All you're going to do is join him. Get in the vacuum. Did we get another key? I thought we did. Or did I not pick it up like an idiot? No, nothing appeared in this room. Weird. Found money. And a mushroom. Well, I think we know where the money came from. Aha! There was another ghost. Since the lights didn't come back on, I assumed there were more ghosts. Come here, you. Get in my vacuum. Yeah. Get it. Okay. Making progress. Toad, save my game. Yo. Now, off to commit more violence against ghost kind. That's a boo. Can't really do much about you. That's a lot of money. Oh, hey, it's this guy. Now, I seem to recall something about having to do special things to defeat each of these. It seems like I can't do it in here. There's probably something else I need to do, and we can deal with him. Can I actually use this pipe? Can't figure me out if I don't know where I'm going. Dang it. If I don't know what I'm doing, you can't tell what I'm doing. Gotcha. I figured it out, even though I was fucking around. The idea is you gotta wait for them to actually try to spook you. Gotcha. Come here, you. Gotcha. Gotcha, bitch. Got another ghost in the vacuum. Where'd the other one go? Oh, ghost. So, hey there, Elfin. How you doing? So, Luigi looks so sad with this sprite. They really captured just how fucked up he was during this whole thing. Pretty well. Welcome to Luigi's Mansion. It might look slightly different. I assure you, everything is fine. Nothing is strange here. Oh, put out the flame. Come on. Nice. Wish to consume the flame. I appear to not be able to do anything with that. Okay, fair enough. We've already done these rooms. So I'm missing something. Aside from brain. Which is pretty common anyway. Honestly, I think Master of Disguise happened, and then they didn't want to make a Wario game ever again. I feel like that's where that all went wrong. Apparently that one wasn't very good. Can I actually use this pipe, or is this just not a thing? As far as I can tell, it's not a thing. Probably just need to figure out what the hell I'm doing with you. Okay, so just specifically not looking at him, it's not the light. I know the... Ah, there we go. I just had to be patient. My worst weakness. Come here, you. Just accept your fate and get in the vacuum. Fishing for ghosts. And got him. But I seem to recall that that was a bit more of a fight. But I'll take it. Sometimes you just get lucky. It was to this door right in front of me. Okay. Uh-oh. Luigi don't like the water. Never learned how to swim. Ah. Surprise! Nope, you missed me. You're using the pull of your friend to save me from you. Our health is getting kind of low, which is a little concerning. But it's probably fine. Oh. Oh, wow. That just carries on for a while, huh? Okay. Thankfully, they seem to retain some of the damage, so we can get rid of them pretty easily. You know, checks out, honestly. I mean, look, I've already made 1,000,000 gold, so clearly this is working out. It's a much better business than plumbing. This was all an elaborate plot to get rid of Mario anyway. He's claiming to be helping Mario, but no. We're just here to loot the place. I see you. You see me too. Got it. As you see, we make all of these millions, and then we get the insurance money. Aha! That's a death pit. Got it. Luigi, why are you always so goddamn slippery, no matter what game it is. Come here, you. He's just running around with oil on his shoes. There we go. Another pipe that I assume I can't use. Oh no, this one works. Funny how we actually need a plumber, even though we are a plumber. He took that job change rather seriously. Where the hell even am I going? Is this looping? Well, we're not on the map, so good luck to me on that one. And I'm not happy in that I saw the words pipe maze written on that. I can't help but notice that this looks exactly the same as the one we were at a minute ago, so I feel like we're going in circles. So we probably need to go with a very specific direction for it to stop making us go in circles. Aha! We've found a bathroom. At the rate Luigi's getting spooked, he probably needs one. Damn it. I fumbled all the buttons. There we go. Surprise! There we go. There we go. Not sure who keeps putting all these gold bars in the lights, but we'll take it. Mer. Hey, Luigi. Hey, what have you found there? Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's a fire element medal. Now you can use the fire element. With that, you can burn obstacles, light candles, and all sorts of stuff. To switch to fire, you need to press A. After, you will need to fill your fire gauge by collecting power flowers. Power flowers can be found in anything giving out elements, such as a candle, or even water from a faucet. Then you can expel fire by pressing space. A meter will appear down at the bottom of the screen, so keep an eye on how much element you have left. Okay, fella? You may have to use the fire element to defeat some ghosts. Keep that in mind. Don't say I never warned you. Absorb some element from the water. Whoosh. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, I assume I burned the boards off the door. Free key. A freaky free key. Oh. Just put us here. Okay. Can we use this pipe now? Nope. So we need to go above this room. Got it. No way! Now, I don't actually remember the original Luigi's Mansion that much. So I don't know if this is actually going in line that well. I remember the tired ghost. So I know that that's accurate somewhat. But beyond that, I got nothing. Oh, there's just a save point Toad right here. Are you the same Toad, or are there many Toads here? I have many questions. Gotcha. You have a lot of health. Come here, you. Just accept your fate and get into the vacuum. There's nothing you're gonna be able to do to stop me. Even your weird purple friend is not gonna manage to stop me. How? That was a poor life choice. Holy Hell, that wind is kicking up. If the stream suddenly goes poof, it's because the wiring outside the house has decided to fly away. And I wish I could say that's a joke. Actually, hang on. This might be a thing I can do something. Not the bat. Yep, there we go. Apparently, they're paying me their heating bill because I started the fire. I mean, I totally didn't start any fires. No, not at all. Nope. Nope. I did nothing wrong. Nope. For those wondering why I keep losing health so rapidly, it's because I keep trying to move in a better direction, but you have to pull back or you lose health when you're pulling a ghost in. Gotcha both. Come here. And as you might imagine, it's gonna get to be a pain in the butt when I've got two ghosts hooked at the same time, and they decide to go opposite directions. Get in the vacuum with your friends. Nope, that's a poison mushroom. That's probably bad times. There's a crack in the wall there. I appreciate that they even have it set so that you can open the cabinets and such, and they actually have a different sprite for an open cabinet. Impressive work was done on this. Ow. We might die here. There we go. You son of a bitch. Sneaking off like that. Where'd you go? You thought you were slick. Quit it with the poison mushrooms, you bastards. I ain't falling for it. I ain't that much of a fool. God damn it. They were committed to catching me with that. Oh, I can't even use the damn vacuum anymore. That's upsetting. Thankfully, we can just wait it out. Guessing I need something else to break that. One sec. You'd think I could just burn the bats, but it would appear to not work. This key goes to the door underneath me. Yeep. Slippery leg Luigi. Save the game, even though I probably wouldn't save with so low health. Why do I keep thinking that's gonna work? Because everything else works that way. That's why. Da-da-da-da-da. Spooky food. Mario? What? Ah, there we go. Some much needed health. Aha! I have upset him. He's very big and very angry.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Of course. Eep. Ah, the timing on that's a bit funky. I assume I need to catch him just right. Yeah, there we go. just gotta dodge a few fireballs and then he's accessible. Get back here, big boy. On, so I don't have to do this again. Come on. Come on. Got him. Got him in one cycle. Ooh, a diamond. That'll pay for my medical bills. Well, locked in again. Spooky freezer ghost. Yep, that's what I figured. Just burn him. When in doubt, burn it. Got you both. There we go. Nice and easy. Yeah, so far of all of these D-makes, this has been the most professional. The Resi 4 one was done really well, it just was super short. This, at least, is actual game. Yeah, that key went to the door here. That's what I thought. But I do feel like it's skipping bits, because I feel like there was more to this before. Oh. I vacuum off the mask, and then I burn them. No. Go be shy in the afterlife. Oh, I can just burn the regular ghosts, too. So need be, that might be the better play right now. If our health keeps getting lower. There we go. Curse you. Burn, burn, burn. Can't sneak up on me if I spin. All directions are forward if I keep spinning. How many of you bastards are living in here? Or I suppose being dead in here is more accurate. Ow. Or am I missing something? I wouldn't be surprised if I'm missing something. I might just not be able to do the thing I need to do in here right now or something. I gotta say, Luigi's already getting really rich out of this whole situation. I'm out of fire. You win this round, Shy Guys. I thought candles were supposed to give us power back. I know we can use the sink. I guess let's go back to the sink and use that to get our energy back. And then we'll figure out from there what I'm supposed to do about the infinite flow of Shy Guys. Might be that we're not meant to do anything about it at all. Well, right now. But it's worth checking. Do, 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 do. Maybe I'm supposed to vacuum him up? Yeah, okay. Maybe that was the thing, is I wasn't supposed to burn him. Even though I wanted to burn him. I thought for a second there like a scene was gonna play or something, since it didn't give me control back immediately. No more door. I assume these are like different element bats, considering they're different colors. Ghost statues. Which one of you is real? Yep. To no one's surprise, one of them was an actual... Oh no, multiple of them are real ghosts. Luigi gonna die. It's a sad day. Luigi gonna die. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. So you just had to walk past all 3 statues, I guess. Luigi, please. Thank you. We really need a heal, but there doesn't seem to be one around. The bats just seem to exist. I don't really know why they're there. They just exist. I don't know why the music sometimes just kind of stops. We've escaped. We can leave. Fuck this place. Oh, never mind. Invisible wall. Well, coming to that plan. Also, mouse cursor, get off screen. Luigi time. There we go. So what was the point of me coming up here? 'Cause there's presumably a point. No, neither lit nor down. Those do not seem to matter. You would think since there's a gap in the railing here, something would be here. Either something to drop down to, or some purpose to this wall or something. But it appears to all be bullshit right now, so I got nothing. Oh, well, that kind of answers some of the question. Hiding behind the moon. Moon. Ghost? Spook? Spook. The like half a second freeze where we were staring at each other was a hell of a thing. It's like, aha! Aha yourself. Well. And got it. Is there like an infinite amount of you bastards up here, or is there a purpose to this move? Oh, we're getting different ghosts, so maybe we're onto something here. Where'd you go? You got 1 health left. I know you're around here somewhere. There you are. Whoa. Wow. Gotcha, punk. Come here, you. So they throw split shots. Okay, good to know. I didn't burn him enough, I guess. Maybe they need to be like below 10 health or something? Or I'm just trying to hit buttons too quickly and I'm just supposed to let him get hit with the flashlight. I don't know. Aha! Hey Luigi, what do you got? What have you found there? Let's take a look at that. What's this? It's a bomb? Well, you're gonna die! Whoa there, Sonny, that's quite the powerful tool you got there. With that, you can destroy cracked brick blocks and defeat living enemies. You might even need them to stun certain ghosts. You can drop a bomb by pressing V. But watch out, you can only have 2 bombs on the ground at once. They can also damage you if you stick around for too long, so watch out. That is my escape. I throw a bomb at my own feet. Aha! Then no more ghosts can hurt me. That was a choice. Can I, like, vacuum up the bomb? I can. Ow. Okay, so I have a plan, but I need more health to fulfill that plan. Because I think we can break that wall if I keep a bomb near it. There was another wall like that we saw that was actually at, like, ground level somewhere as well. Can I light this again and get... Ow. I said, can I light this again? Son of a bitch. Can I light this again and get paid again? No. That was the last of my fire. We live in dangerous times, everybody. Dangerous times. But Luigi has 3 health and a dream. Ah, so that is how that works. We push them away. Excellent. I suppose these have restocked. Nope. Good. Good. Can I eat any of the chicken? No. Luigi's a vegetarian, that's why he only eats mushrooms. It's also why he wears green. Except that makes no sense. Why am I talking about this? One of the mysteries of the universe. Why am I saying anything? Okay. No longer nearly dead, just somewhat dead. Light all of these. I know I put them all out before, but I said, you know what, why not light them all again, for sake of argument. Also, if Twitch is being a pain in the butt, I apologize, but there's nothing to be done about it. Twitch has apparently been having a lot of weird issues lately. In terms of, like, stuttering and stopping for people and making them have to restart the stream and all that. If that's happening, there's unfortunately not much that I know of to do about it. But I bring it up because I noticed my bitrate has once again hit the floor for reasons. Considering the uploaded bitrate on my side is still holding stable at the same numbers, and I've not dropped any frames or anything. Yeah, I know. I'm worrying about things I probably don't need to be worrying about again. But it bears mentioning. Since Twitch is kind of working, as it seems to constantly be these days. I already did this. Why am I up here? Because I don't remember where I was going. There's a question mark down there by the pipes, and there's an arrow over there. So I presume that those are 2 things the game is trying to tell you, like, hey, you can do this now. We can also go back to EGAD's lab and bust open the blocks on all those pipes, I think. Not that I have any idea what they'll do for us, but they exist. So why not? Kaboom! Haha! No. Bad mouse. Saved it from the bomb. Okay, so there's health here. Shy Guy Reapers that want me dead. I just wanted to pop that since we were in front of it. I am more curious about actually going all the way back if we can. And seeing about busting open EGAD's lab further. Because, you know, why not blow up his lab? Blowing his lab up seems like fun. Who wouldn't want to blow up Egad's lab? I mean, I guess he wouldn't want to blow up his own lab, but I don't recall giving him a choice on this. 'Cause I feel like it'd be very hard to stop a green plumber with bombs and a flamethrower from doing whatever he wants to do. This appears to be the gallery of all the ghosts. The glutton, Mr. Luggs, 30 years old. He prefers all-you-can-eat buffets to 3 meals a day. He ate himself to death, but still wasn't satisfied. The bookish father, Neville, 42 years old. Neville spends his afterlife reading all the books he missed while living. There's time now. I can read everything. At least his glasses didn't break. Mostly because he didn't have them. This, I assume, is the training area, so we're not going to bother going that way. The pipes were mostly up here. Luigi, throw the bomb. Am I crazy, or are these just not working? I'm gonna guess this is for later, since these aren't cracked bricks like the ones we were told we could break. I'm just making sure. Luigi time. Considering this is actually lasting a decent while, what I'll probably do is we'll play this for a while yet, and then I'll do a couple of the other ones I know of, and I'll save the best one out of the lot for its own day. Because I'll tell you guys what the best one of the lot I found was. And it's probably not going to surprise anybody that's been paying attention on Twitter or anything recent, even remotely recently. And that'd be the PlayStationized version of Bloodborne. The only way you can play Bloodborne on PC. I'm pretty sure that has enough meat on its bones that warrants its own day. So that might be Tuesday. And I could have let that be a surprise, but honestly, I would have only worried about making that a surprise if it was going to happen today. But judging from the fact that there was both a way to start from the beginning and start from Area 3 on this, I feel like this is going to have quite a bit of meat on it, and I'm enjoying it so far. So we'll keep this going for as long as it lasts, pretty much. Then I'll do a handful of the shorter ones. Or at least show off some more of the other ones. I was going the right way, wasn't I? If I just press on past this, this actually goes further. Yeah. That's where I was fucking up. I do wish I could just jump over that, but it is what it is. Still can't deal with you because I can't burn things underwater. And that's my only solution to problems, is burning them. Which isn't that far off, honestly. I have considered solving many things with fire. Jumping could be a little more responsive in this. That is, if anything, the one complaint I have is sometimes it doesn't jump again quick enough. Push back off of fire so I can push things around. Like those explodey boys. One sec. back in the pipe maze, where we can bomb all of our problems away. Yeah, there we go. We're not dying anymore for the next, like, 5 minutes. Yeah, because that is still looping. Mario. Mario. Mario! Where the fuck are you, Mario? So was that all I was coming down here to do, was break the one thing? As much as that checks out, I'm not happy about that information. Because that feels kinda pointless. So I guess I'm meant to check the other one that was being pointed out, the blocks I broke before going to go check Egad's lab. I assumed that was the correct direction, so I was like, no, I'm not going the right way. I'm going literally anywhere else. Because it was funnier that way. Considering this whole thing's been do it for the bit. Wait. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Either that or I'm really crossing up the layout of this place already. Now, this is the right way. This is where I was going. It fucked me up because we had gone in here, so we explored the room, and I'm like, that doesn't line up with where I remember that door being. Aha, you gotta catch them after they swing. Because they get dizzy. Let that be a lesson. Even the Reaper gets dizzy. Got him. And even the Reaper's shy. Beware, man-eating plants. Oh, good. That sounds like exactly where we want to go. Not only is it a man-eating plant, but it's a ghost man-eating plant. Ow. Burn for your sins. Okay. Well, nothing to do here. Can I, like, set the garden on fire? How about if I set the ceiling on fire? Nope. That is presumably going to be a boss fight. We just can't do it at this second. Renders me confused. This must be important. Yep, it's a key. But it opens the door back? Actually, no. Because it's going to be to a higher section of this room from over here. So we'll probably be able to access something we couldn't before. Save even though we lost some of the health we literally just got. Aha! We have accessed a higher plane of existence, except we can't actually go anywhere from here. Well. Glad that accomplished a lot. Now, I appreciate that little label it had before, but I can't help but notice that it doesn't have one now. Which is unfortunate. Because I'm currently at a loss as to what I'm supposed to be doing. There's one thing we didn't try, though. And I'm kind of surprised with myself that I didn't try this immediately. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me bombs. Ah. Yep. It's mad as hell. I have upset it. I've upset it greatly. I've also activated sick jams, apparently. How do I do you harm? Do I bomb you? Yep. That's how I do. I gotta bomb him and then I guess grab him. There goes the power for a second again, so it's entirely possible everything's gonna go to hell in a handbasket. I'll rip you out like a dandelion. Ah, that was bad timing. Not that way. There we go. We can, in fact, push bombs at the problem. Very good. I screwed myself on that one. We're gonna die here, I think. I'm doing a bad job. I keep looking at him and not looking at myself, so I don't realize when the fireball is getting to me. And then I hit the wrong button, because I'm good at this. I did it again. I keep thinking I can run far enough to the side that the fireball will stop before it gets to me, forgetting that they can go off screen and just keep going. So first death. To unsurprising causes. Mostly my own foolishness. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I did forget to do a thing, so give me 1 second. Specifically, I forgot to actually follow up the tweet from earlier about the fact that this was starting. There we go. Because I'm good at this job, I promise. Fuck you, plant. Get bombed. Kind of funny how surprised Luigi is that a plant's mad at him when he hits it with a goddamn bomb. This is literally all I needed to be doing this whole time. I just was fucking up the timing so bad. Looks like we can actually just keep this going for its entire health bar if we can just keep timing this right. Dang it. I waited just a second too long, and now things might go cattywampus. Bomb it. There we go. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Damn it. My money. Luigi, please. Uproot that plant. Got him. Look at them fireworks. Luigi. Me, Professor Egad. You seem tuckered out after that last battle, don't you? Anyway, you should come back to the lab. I have some information for you. There should be a pipe that leads towards my lab near your location. Okay. I assume that's what opens up the ones I was looking at. Yep. Just had to hit it with my head. Because there's nothing going on in that skull anyway. I know the bitrate is doing a terrible job. Good to see you made it, Luigi. Looks like you've collected quite a few ghosts. I've set up a gallery in the room to the right, if you want to check out of the ghosts you've collected so far. That's what you called me back here for the thing I looked at already? Good luck on your next quest, Luigi. You son of a bitch. I cannot roast the egad. Yeah, I figured. The man-eating plant, spectral plant, question mark, years old. After being abandoned, it sleeps waiting for anything it can sink its chops into. Well, it certainly tried to cook and eat us, that's for sure. I was kind of hoping he'd have like a gadget for me or something, rather than wasting my time. But I shouldn't be surprised Egad wasted my time. You can say all you want, well, without Egad, you wouldn't have the Polterguster. Well, yeah. That would have meant I could have just left and pretended none of this happened. And then we wouldn't have to deal with ghosts. Oh. He had to tell me that there was a way to solve this problem. Now we're stuck dealing with it. Because, you know how Luigi is. Gotta be the responsible one. Gotta fucking deal with all the problems again. None of the credit. I'm here to save your game while goddamn Shy Reaper's waiting to cut my head off. God damn it. This place seems spooky. It's also full of booze. I can hear them. They're laughing at me. They know what I did. Ah! Well, they're definitely gonna laugh at me now. Where am I now? Ow. Somewhere with more spikes. Blooper. Blooper, help. That's not helping. See if I trust you again. Why I thought I could trust a blooper to begin with, I don't know. They've never been my friend. Why does a mansion have this weird water dungeon in it? Hello. Insufficient flame. You're gonna try to bite me, aren't you? Goodbye. You know, for all that they said candles and things would get us flame back, I can't help but notice that none of these torches and such have mattered at all. Which is disappointing. I assume they mean like a little candle on a table, probably similar to how the faucet worked. But that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. Money. You're just gonna hang out right on top of that ladder now, aren't you? You bastard, man. Oh, and I can't just, like, pass through you either. I was about to say, when are you gonna stop chewing on my face? Because it kinda hurts and I would like you to stop. He was just gonna sit there and just drain all my damn health. You know, we did kill you once upon a time, so I guess it's only fair that your ghost is here to haunt me now, huh? Yeah, it checks out that that'd be your weakness. There you go. Come here, you. Get in the vacuum. There we go. saw that there's another one. Oh no, that's a zombie. I thought it was another rat. I'm assuming our own bombs probably would have worked as well for dealing with him. But it was funnier to kill him with his own bomb. So we can defeat these. We just need to, like, grind them to pieces, I guess. That's a little dark. That also didn't open the door. What am I missing? Aside from everything. Sure is a solitaire. This does mean, however, I can get rid of you. And that also implies I can get rid of the other one, actually. Because what I probably need to do is take the high road, drag him over, and then pull him apart. Yeah. Hiya. Hiya. Come here, you. Come to the vacuum. The void of space. Well, that was pointless. All that would have done was save me like 20 health earlier. How do I get past these? Because I must be able to get past it considering there's money there. Oh. That explains what this is. It's literally a dungeon. And no, I got up quite early today for inexplicable reasons. Because I was wondering about the yawning. I'm a little bit off still. Even after spending the majority of yesterday doing kind of nothing because of the fact that, you know, had that whole shit night the night before. Yeah, this ain't gonna work out, is it? Because if I try to take care of one of them, the rest of them are gonna fuck me up. There we go. That'll make it a little easier in some ways. I just need to avoid that one while also not running myself out of health. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Gotcha. I think I figured out a cheeky strat for this. When you've got multiple, you can just kind of... I don't know, even when you're doing just one, you can just mash wildly. And you're mostly safe. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 Ouija. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, but I assume I'm missing something in that other room. Is it just kind of a dead end? And that weird single block in the corner is bothering me. So I'm realizing I can get my power back here, so maybe I need to use fire for something? Either that or I was supposed to have something else by now and I don't have it. It's also possible that fire might have, like, dealt with the zombies or something. No, that was the only other thought I had, was blow that up and maybe something good happened. There's a chest there, so that implies I can get there. But there's also a ladder above it, which implies that I'm not supposed to get there from here. So there's probably a path connected to that locked door there that goes up and around. So I probably need to go back to this room over here and do something to gain a key. Since we seem to be getting a lot of nowhere here. At least that's my current assumption, and I'm gonna operate under such until proven otherwise. Is this a secret wall by chance? Yeah. That explains that one. Which that's also a possibility. Maybe there's a secret wall somewhere in that other room. And that's the key to that thought that I'm missing. But let's check the big room over here again first. Then we'll go back there a third time if need be. Because we did just kind of fly through this room. And we can actually cross this room properly this time instead of falling into spike death. Defensive vacuum activate. Yeah. Good thing we actually made it across those, because we weren't actually going to be able to make it back to where we were, or if we fell. Oh, right. It was literally just simply there was a locked door there. There really wasn't much else to this room, even though this room's huge. Which that begs the question, why the hell is this room so fucking big on the map? Not actually that big when you're actually here. Do I need to get rid of you for a purpose, perhaps? Please demonstrate by dying. Yep, that was the missing piece. Okay. Because usually if there's a ghost left somewhere, it's pretty safe to say you gotta get rid of it. Except that was just money, so I resume being confused. Even though my health's in shab shape, I may as well save. I am now perplexed. I fucking did it again. I am Aqua Ouija. Oh. Looks like we're not getting out of the hole that way. Yeep. There we go. Oh good, the bitrate is no longer in death zone anymore. Which it never went red, so there's that at least, but it's been spending a lot of time not looking great. And I don't like that. Is this the way I went? I don't even know. I thought I dropped down the hole, so this might actually lead somewhere else. No, it still leads to dungeon. All roads lead to dungeon. I am confusion. I guess it's time to smash my face against all the random walls and such in the hopes that something good happens. Yep. I was suspicious of why that one block was there, but I kept trying all the wrong things. Hey, Luigi. Now that you have stumbled across us this time. Oh, this time it's a water element medal. Now you can use the water element. I hear there are some ghosts who can be defeated only with water. Also remember that water has purifying properties, so use it well. Maybe you should also water plants you find around the place. They might award you with some treasure. To switch to water, you need to press A. You know the drill. Afterwards, press space to expel water. Uh-oh, ghosts are starting to approach your position. Be careful, Luigi. Why you gotta tell me that? Ah! I mean, I guess it's better than not telling me, but still, ah! Panic. That wind is really fucking going. Good news is, unlikely to be a tornado. The bad news is, quite likely to be wacky. And do nasty things to the local environment. Noted, water really sucks. Fire ghost, where'd you go? I need to fight you. And beat you up. I'm gonna spray water on you. You're gonna be sad. Gotcha. Didn't even catch them either, just like obliterated them with a very limp water stream. All of that to finally get a key to go further in. Hooray. Mario? Just a barrel. I don't know why I went up there. I think it's slightly faster. Hard to say on that one. Yeah. No, 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 no. I said, hi-ya! Wait, why am I going this way to begin with? We can't actually leave unless I go the proper way. Oh, right. Fuck me. Well, this might get bad. And by might get bad, I mean it's already gotten bad. It's Aqua-Ouija time. Why am I going all... Getting crossed up. SOS. SOS. Send help. Put a bat thing in front of this. Send up the bat signal. Somebody. Anybody. Damn it. Of course it wouldn't work trying to send signals in a goddamn building. What were you thinking, Luigi? It's not how that works. And these are not the bats I wanted. Even though we're nearly dead, just gonna save since new door means new danger. I don't like the looks of that. Okay, we can just push this, which is probably fine. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Ordinarily, I'd say I ain't afraid of no ghost. This ghost, though, kind of scared of. Come on. Mostly just because we are one touch away from death. Got him. Oh, balls. I should have known. I really should have known. I don't know why I thought that was going to work out. Sometimes I just have bad ideas. On the bright side, we can breathe underwater indefinitely. So we got that going for us. And we're dead. Which I may or may not have done on purpose just to get us back out of there quicker. Seems like every time we push one of these blocks, a ghost will appear. And I think that door right there was the one I was supposed to actually use, rather than throwing myself off a cliff. But I didn't realize this door was here before, until I looked at the map and went, oh, right, I'm an idiot. Zambi. Oh, you can just vacuum those even without the gate. Huh. Why didn't that work the first time? What's your problem, Luigi? What do you get? Oh. Who touched my prisoner? It was you, wasn't it? Come here, I'll punch your face in. I would appreciate it if you didn't. We're gonna need to go find some health to do that, because he hits really hard, and we're in a very small space. And I don't know what his deal is, because spraying him with water certainly didn't work. Where am I gonna find some health? I assume the windstorm is fucking things up, as I'm hearing a lot of sirens. Hey, Egad, can you heal me? Does that make you actually useful? Nope. Shocking. Let's see if there's anything like toward the beginning of the game or something we can use to heal. So I assume not. Since we didn't have any of the gear when we were here before. Nope, we can't even climb back up. Okay. Figured I'd check. Oh, we got a coin out of the knot in that tree. Will this one have a heart in it? Nope. Good. Good. Everything about this situation is good. Nothing is wrong, everything's fine. Totally not fucked or anything. Just I'm hoping we're not actually screwed, because that would be very unfortunate. Now we run around looking for something that might potentially drop health. As I blink a lot, because for some reason my eyes have just gotten really fucking tired. It's not to say I wasn't already tired, but just like, Jesus. Out of nowhere, just the weight of everything just landed on my head for some reason. Good job, brain. I'm so glad my reflex of whole thing to me worked out so well. We might be here for a minute. As I try to find literally any health anywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, I got 8 million gold, and that's great. But apparently 8 million gold can't buy healthcare, which honestly checks out. As sad as that is, that checks out. shorter than I thought. Yeah, let's go back into the mansion this way then, since it takes us back to the same place we just died anyway. And just not try to suck up the exploding thing this time. That would be the smarter move, right? Yeah. I say as we nearly died of bats instead. Jesus Christ, mate. Could you try to live instead of risking death every 2 seconds? That would be grand. Gold bar is lovely, but that's not what I need. Yeah, no, that is way too risky to try to fuck with right now while we're nearly dead. Curiosity hit again for a second, and I'm like, I want to try this. No, 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 no. Yeah, this is when we could just go door to door all across the damn building in the hopes that something gives me even 1 heart. And if we don't find a heart when we've done a trip around the entire place, we're just going to move on to another game, because at that point we're fucked. I think at that point that's going to be unrecoverable. Doubt there's anything up here that'll be of any benefit to me, but I'm running out of options here. I'm just gonna vacuum up the literal everything and hope that something works. I'm glad that counted, because that would have been very unfortunate to die too. Okay, let's go past this guy without blowing myself up this time. No, I don't want to pull him. I wanted to just get the flame off the candle in case it dropped something. Eek. Eek, 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 eek. Nothing, huh? Okay. Something? Either that always has money in it, or we didn't open it before. I don't know which. Which I know we opened it at one point, but we might have died after opening it and then not saving, etc., etc. We are in trouble, I think. So I can't think of anywhere else to go to try to get health. We have the key for that, which is where we're dying. We went through all of that stuff over there. Yeah, no, I think we might have hit a point where the finite amount of health in this game has put us in an unwinnable position. Which is, you know, unfortunate. So I'm not really sure what to do with that information. So we basically are at a split of 2 options here. I could start over, since we know what to do with everything, and just get back to this point quickly, or we move on. At the current rate of things and how tired I already feel, we're going to go ahead and just move on so I can fit some more things in before we stop. I think that's the play here. And thankfully these all have convenient exits in that I just press escape and the game ends. Now, of note, that Luigi's Mansion 2D remake also has co-op. But I think it's only in the Area 3 thing that it has. I'm not sure. Let's do this one. You've seen me play Breath of the Wild before, but have you seen it like this? I'm gonna tell you right now, you probably haven't. It's also loud as hell. Ears, please. There we go, that looks a lot more reasonable. And I know you can't see it yet, just give me a second. I have no idea why that does what it does, but you know what, we'll roll with it and see what happens. It is not doing what I want it to do at all. Of course, why would it play ball? There we go. So, yeah. Yeah, this is a thing. This, I think, was one that the controller worked for. Yes. Guess I would like to delete that save. Start over. As you can see, we awaken where you'd expect. We're in that revival spring. We got a key. That's around the spot where you would have gotten the Sheikah Slate. We can climb, so we're on our way out of here. I'm not sure why there's no music here. There was music when I tested this. Music seems to have just decided to leave. There's Calamity Ganon, very, very pixelated, but he's there. This is actually a pretty good shot of that scene, considering what they're working with here. So I'm not sure why it's just kind of like a cut-off chunk of hill. There's a stick. We can fight with the stick. We hit thing with stick and we hopefully live. There's the old man. I haven't seen anyone around here in a long time. Is this your first time coming to the Great Plateau? The dialogue has apparently stopped proceeding for some reason. There we go. A tower just emerged from the ground and went up to the sky. It is located to the east of the plateau, crossing the ruins of the ancient temple. The dialogue gets a little fucky at times, I've noticed with this. Because I think it was originally in Spanish? Judging from the way some of the stuff is, and the fact that it specifically gives you two language options, English and Spanish. Beat you with a stick. Broke my... No, I didn't break the stick yet. The stick is holding up surprisingly well. Okay, we killed him. Equip axe. This is already much better than the axes in Breath of the Wild treated me. Because this is not slow. Now we can open this chest and get a bow. We've got our first bow. Hooray. Pew. Pew. Oh, I guess the music was going to change for over there, probably. Either that or I broke it. Could go either way with that one. Hard to say what I've done. Oh! Haha, you found me! Goddamn Koroks. Good to know. Now, I don't know how much of the game has been made this way, but we may as well putter around and see what we can see. Okay, yeah, the music did come back when we got done with the Korok, so I think I did just fuck up the music by running back and forth there. Just keep breaking all my weapons. We apparently can't swim, unlike in Breath of the Wild, so that's a slight issue. Link has forgotten how to swim. Now, can I just climb random cliffs? I can. Up we go. So that much is still here, at least. The capacity to climb anywhere. I can even climb this wall. Wait, I'm slipping. Why am I not going over the top? There must be a roof or something. Spooky music. Oh, they probably just don't want you climbing past the lock there. That makes sense. I assume these are meant to be replacements for the Bokoblins, even though they look like Moblins. Raise your shield and take the hits head on. Remember that shields, like weapons, are broken by blows. Malon's tips. Okay. I'm gonna just hope that that shield actually works. Because I don't have a button to use it, so I assume it just does its thing. If it doesn't, well, we're just gonna die. My bow appears to have stopped working because I think I'm out of arrows. We got a sword. It's a rusty, shitty sword, but it's a sword. Now imagine if I could stack that randomizer I was doing on this. How much of a nightmare any of those effects would be in this layout here. It would just be... oh god. Why did I even think about that? Now we're dead. Well, today we learned Link can die. Hyrule Time Temple. So this is the Temple of Time then. Okay. Let's just, like, scoot past you boys without wasting weapon power on you. Give me that. And we'll go fight the guys over by the other chest instead. Is that when we actually have to kill them to get the chest? Damn it, he had iframes. He was cheap. Ow. Get the feeling this isn't gonna end well for me. Especially not when there's two of them with swords, and I only have a half-dead sword. Okay, I got his club at least. Though I broke the sword getting the club, so I feel like that was a mistake. Wait. Anybody else noticing that I have the sword and the club with a weird merged model somehow? I don't know how I did that, but I'm unhappy about having done that. I feel like they're both gonna break together now, and it's gonna be very unhelpful that it did that. Oh, get his sword. Okay. Excellent. We got a key. You son of a bitch, you were gonna shoot me in the cutscene. 4 symbols of courage are needed to speak with the goddess Hylia. Many X's. Give me these arrows. Ack. Okay, this ain't gonna work. Until I deal with that guy, this plan ain't gonna work. And of course I can't shoot him. He can shoot me, but I can't shoot him. I gotta go around and kick his ass. This club apparently doesn't exist. Good. Good. I gotta go have a word with a Bokoblin. The word is sword. I don't know what happened. He just kind of died. Oh, right, we don't have any more inventory space. Our inventory space right now sucks. Actually, may as well keep that, because I don't even know why I tried to pick up a second bow. It's not going to help at all. Can I just climb back in here now that I've opened it? Or is this still going to tell me to go to hell? Nope, still going to tell me to go to hell. Okay, gotta go around. Zero out of 10, inaccurate to Breath of the Wild. Can't just climb any random wall, I feel like. The fact that things are just randomly dying is also kind of confusing me. That is the thing that kind of happens sometimes. Stuff walks around and stuff just kind of dies. I'm definitely gonna grab these arrows on the way up. Oof. Can I, like, stop on the wall, perhaps, or something? Nope. I guess we're gonna need to get some symbols of courage before we can climb up there, then. Because I went straight up and it wasn't good enough. There's a Hylian shield over there. There's the old man again. Young man, look where I find you. Look where I find you. Always arrive just in time. It turns out that the steppe Talus of the spiritual lake woke up, and he looked very angry. It's just the lake to the west of this forest, a few meters from here. It's a shame. I often come to the spirit forest to hunt boar for cooking. The steppe Talus is a very dangerous beast, and I'm a very old man now. Good for you, old man. I'm sorry, what? Ah, I think we found the steppe Talus. I'm trying to get rid of this friend so I don't trip over him. Trying to fight him. His pet rock doesn't seem to be that dangerous, as long as I'm attentive to my timing. Or he can just walk into me and kill me. Okay, never mind. Let's not say we did. You, give me something. Hello, boy. I'm Hestu, the blacksmith Korok. The Koroks are creatures of the Lost Forest. Little Koroks are mischievous and always hide everywhere. So they put Hestu right here, okay. So they've definitely shrunk the world, which is not surprising considering the nature of what we're dealing with here. Those full hearts really seem to not help, by the way, because I keep seeming to only get like a quarter of a heart out of those. Which is just disappointing. What the hell are these? Oh? Well, whatever they are, they hurt. Okay. That happened. We got full health again, though. It's kind of funny. This is pretty accurate to how well Breath of the Wild was going for me at first, too. Ow. Just walking 5 feet, dying. Walking 5 feet, dying. Ow. Missed it. Need that. Please don't hit me with a rock. Please don't break my arm. Now that I can take, like, a hit or two, we'll probably be okay. Keyword, probably. The fuck just happened there? He just had a real moment there for some reason. God damn. His hitbox is not the size you'd think it would be. Well, I wasted one of those arrows entirely. Ow. Like, his feet are his only hitbox, I swear. He also sometimes is just taking damage, and I don't know why. Ow. Got him. We broke many a weapon, but we did it. 18 damage sword, okay. You got it, boss. Yeah, I beat up a Step Talus. Or is that not the... I guess it did have a different name. I just assumed since it was a Talus that that would be the right thing. Oh well. Yeah. I take it he was a little distracted. Just ever so slightly. Got a new shield. Okay. I'm gonna leave those alone because I'm betting I can. Uh-oh. What even hurt you? Who hurt you, dog? Who hurt you? I'm going to have to hurt you now, but who hurt you? So I just walked nearby and it took damage and wanted to kick my ass for it. I'm so confused by what is transpiring here. Oh god, what? That... Ah! Everything about this is weird and I don't like it. Things are stacking on top of each other and being strange. Ordinarily, you'd play something longer and it would start to make more sense. This has steadily been making less and less sense the longer we've been going with this. And I don't know how to feel about any of that. Oh, there we go. We found a shrine. We got Magnesis. Wow. Okay. Okay. It actually works. That's scary. So what am I meant to do with it? So I got a locked door in front of me, so clearly there's something I'm meant to do. Do I just, like, fall in this hole? Yes. Okay. And this, presumably, is where I need to go, but... Yeah. That doesn't work. Okay. Ah, okay. Now we're somewhere else. I'm getting so confused. Oh, there's a mini guardian who has decided he wanted to leave. Okay. You know what? You do you, buddy. You go ahead and you just vibe on out and you go somewhere else. I'm fine with that. So no one ever said that these were, like, fully fleshed out, fully finished products that work completely. These are impressive just for what they are, though. And for those wondering, yes, I do actually have full control over those when I'm moving them. There we go, we can just leave with our one spirit orb. Oh neat, he actually flew in. Look at you, you entered a strange shrine and came up with a medallion. If you visit the other 3 shrines, I'll give you my Paracandle. Paracandle. Interesting. Okay, it's a deal. I don't know how I feel about the idea of a Paracandle. It's just a candle that flies. Just burn the world. The flying candle. I feel like my weapon display is just broken. So I can't help but notice... Oh no, there we go. I'm doing decent damage to him. Snap. Like, I feel like all my weapons have just stacked on top of each other, and I don't know what weapon I'm actually swinging anymore. Judging from the damage, I would say it would have to be a club instead of a fancy sword. There we go. Spiked club. Okay. Now that's working properly, at least. I am so confused. Well, they actually even put it in the tower. Neat. From the height, you can see further. Go up, and you will see what you don't see now. I mean, yeah, that's how heights work. Good job, game. Gotta get my stamina back. Up, 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 up. There's a part of me that's surprised that nobody's come in and go on what the fuck are you doing yet. Oh hey, it's even got the Zelda scene. It's like, hey, it's been a fucking 100 years, you lazy bastard. Save the day, you lazy bastard. We've been waiting 100 years for your ass to wake up. Oh ho ho, you can't sit still, can you? Oh, it shows that you are an adventurer. To the north, it's another strange building. Surely you are interested. Yeah, I did this in backward order. In case you didn't notice, we are on a very high plateau. The fall will kill you. Some of these simplifications really make some of this sound more aggressive than it is. That, I assume, is a Bokoblin skull building thing. Just, you know. They couldn't really make a skull, so they just made it blocks. Bush Rock? I wonder if we get the time stop one that we can throw something with. Interesting. So that Guardian wasn't active. So I walked over figuring, no, maybe I can loot it like you would the empty Guardians. And it just killed me. I am confusion. Perpetual and constant confusion. I'm just gonna take this arrow and I'm just gonna fucking leave. You do you, buddy. I'm just out of here. We got an arrow. Okay, it was 5 arrows. I guess that Guardian never was finished. It's just kind of sitting there, being spooky. Bombs. Oh boy. Come on, walk. Hey, where the fuck are you going? Hey. Hey, I was fighting you. I see. So I can do that too. Great puzzle, everybody. I don't need to do any of that. This was a bad idea. Ah! I can make my icon up there flash for some reason. Ah! I was trying to make sure that I could see when I was gonna be able to bomb that. Oh, god damn it. The fact that you don't go with this is upsetting. Okay, I did get the first line of defense there. Ah! This is going great. I think we found another reason why this took 100 years to happen. Link's having a bit of a rough go of it. Well, we've done 2 shrines already. I'm mostly just pressing forward to see if we can actually do all 4 shrines and get the paraglider and see what happens from there. See if they actually went and did anything below the plateau. Because these all had listings of how much was done with each of these, but I didn't read them because I wanted to be surprised. And that's a blessing and a curse, honestly. And for all that I had this idea way ahead of time, I did just kind of throw this together last night into this morning. Just to be honest about that. To the north, a few meters away, is the ancient Temple of Hyrule. Hyrule was a very prosperous kingdom until calamity struck 100 years ago. There is a statue in the temple with an inscription, but I can't read it. Because I'm too fucking old. I don't need your pot lid shield. I could take it, but I'm not going to. Oh, that tree doesn't exist. Okay. Danger. No Hylian can survive the extreme cold of Mount Hylia. Oh shit, I can't. Got another shield. I'm gonna climb the mountain. I'm gonna go be cold. Oh yeah, there's the other shrine. So they weren't kidding about that cold, apparently. But I gotta go up there, so going up. See if we can somehow make it without just, like, instantly dying. Oh yeah, we need more health than we have for that. I think if I was at full health, we might be able to make it up there. But in our current state, we just climb up part way and just bleh. So let's go find us some health. Give me your hearts. Give me your heart. I did not say take my heart. I said give me hearts. You bastards. Thank you. Okay, let's see how well we do with this amount of health. I have suspicions that we're just gonna die on the way up anyway, but I'm gonna try. Because we can't exactly get extended health without making it up there. So unless there's armor somewhere that we didn't find for this express purpose, I feel like this is our only way in there. Ah, son of a bitch. We were so close. So a little bit more health and we can make that, I think. Though, it depends on why we got stopped. I got some concerns about that. Also, there's a map. Also, this is absolutely going to go up on YouTube as a VOD in case anybody missed things. That said, if any of these get copyright flagged, then this whole thing's going in the bin. I probably won't bother to mute sections of this because any of it could be at risk on that one. Considering the fact that all of this is fan-made content, which none of it's had any music that sounds like it would get copyright flagged so far, but I've been surprised before. So if this suddenly disappears, that's why. Just in case anybody is curious. Now we have full health. Let's see if we can make it through the cold without just randomly going bleh. Because now we can afford to hold still for a second to get our stamina back. We might still die. It's gonna be close, especially if I get stuck. Come on! Made it in. But we might be stuck in a hate loop now, where we just constantly die. Fuck. Link? I stand corrected. I think we found a whole new way to lose. Because, He ain't coming back. I don't know what to do here. Link has fallen into the void, never to return. Well, I guess that's a sign to stop that one, isn't it? And so Hyrule was never saved. Do I want to stop at 2.5 hours for this fuckery? Or do I want to do more? Because I have plenty more. I have so many. Give me 1 second. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. I apologize to everyone's ears. Jesus, that was loud. It's still a little rough on the ears, so I'm gonna just lower that a little further. I mean, I guess technically I have to put it under this, but this one's definitely more of a stretch than most. Okay, my controller works in this, so that's a good sign. Generally it's not advisable. Well, most doctors have told me that that's a bad thing. Yeah, as you can see, this is a Game Boyified Mario Odyssey. And it would appear I cannot conventionally jump. I have to jump by walking into Cappy as it's flying back to me. So that's a thing. I mean, no, I can jump. It just wasn't working a second ago for some reason. That makes this infinitely better. I have wall jumping, which is good. Oh, Jesus. This plays so well, but sounds so bad. I have regrets. This might be the first one I have any regrets about. We're slowly making it up this wall. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I feel like we might not stay on this for too long just because of the kind of grating music it has. Well done on them for how well it controls, though. Because I have, like, full jump modulation. The wall jumping feels actually very solid. Using Cappy to jump is a little funky. But I'm sure to people that are familiar with doing that, it's probably not actually that hard. I've just never actually played Mario Odyssey before. Because Nintendo games be expensive. Burp. Ah. Saw that. Activity feed's being weird. I'll get back to you about that in a second. Alright. Ah. Thank you for following, Elfin. I knew I forgot something today, and it was getting to put my goddamn activity feed somewhere I could see it. There we go. Just move the window there. have some concerns if this is what caused you to follow, but either way. No judgment. None at all. So, there's a moon underneath us, so how do I get to it? Presumably I have to do some kind of wacky jump, because I noticed I was able to jump really high for a moment there. I just need to figure out how. Ah, okay, I can use it as a platform. Gotcha. The actual doing of this action is going to be a bit of a thing. Because it's a lot funkier than you'd think. It also brings us up to a nice even 160 people, so that's great. Yep. Son of a bitch. Up! Mario, please. Ah, okay, I can hold the button. That helps immensely, actually. Figured it out. Okay, so that's 4 out of the 12 that are apparently on this map somewhere. Okie dokie. Let's go backwards at this point and see if I, like, missed something back behind us because I couldn't figure out how to jump. Sure did. Something up here. Son of a bitch. Now, what's funny is I actually have 2 of these. We'll find out if the other one's better in a second. Because, man, this music is killing me. I ordinarily don't mind old music, as people have noticed, by the things I play on a regular basis. But man, something about this one is just eating my ears a little bit. It may just be because I already have a headache because weather fuckery. Hard to say. Which, for those that are worrying about that, don't. I have perpetual headaches when springtime happens, pretty much, and it just sucks. But I'll be fine. I live with this on a constant basis. Have I been up there yet? No, there's coins up there, so I must not have been up there yet. But it is also a non-solid platform, which is upsetting. Son of a bitch.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Those are words that were used, yes. Okay, there's a whole lot of nothing up there. Confusion. Greater and greater confusion. Aha! That's gonna be a hell of a thing to get to, so that's probably not happening. Unless maybe there's a better path over here. Fly, Mario, fly! Die, Mario, die! God damn it. It's a very specific angle I need to hit. God damn it. It also doesn't help when the hat decides it wants to come back, even though I did not direct it to come back. There is just nothing there. Okay, very good. Whee! Ah, found another one. Son of a bitch. I keep timing it just right so that the hat ends up coming back right before I land on it. And that is the most upsetting part about this so far. Man, you have to do a wild move to get there. It's a hell of a thing. I think I can do it, because I think I understand how that works. So what you do is, you jump, you throw the hat again, you jump again. Wait, how the hell? Oh! So he has his dive, too. How did I never figure that one out on the way through here? Oh man, I'm learning things. Hang on. Things are being learned, and I'm not sure how to feel about them. Because that's basically a whole other jump. Oh my god. I can see the code. Whoa! You know, when I said I could see the code, that didn't mean launch me to space, game. Son of a bitch. Welcome to part 1 of the Mario Odyssey speedrun, where I've accomplished absolutely nothing in record time. I'm starting to figure something out here. Just not quite there yet. If I could capitalize on how I sent myself to space a moment ago, I would absolutely do that. I really gotta stop just full sending that dive. 'Cause that's really not working, even though it's funny. Damn it. I literally just need like another pixel or two on that jump. Damn it. That might be an idea, but I might need to try to shoot a little lower with that thought. Damn it. Yeah, because you can use the dive as a way to recover off the hat. So maybe... I need to combine these ideas. Yeah, because I can get up here like that. Damn it! I hit the buttons in the wrong order. Because the idea is I throw the hat as I fall down, catch the hat, and with the dive. Get everything out of order again. We'll try this once or twice more, and then we'll try the other quote-unquote Mario Odyssey. It would help a lot if I stopped doing the same thing, though. I keep forgetting that I can't do anything out of a dive. That's the thing that's fucking me up the most. I'm like, oh yeah, I could just dive, throw the hat, dive again. Yeah, that'll work out great. Except I can't do that. Mario is not that skilled. That was probably the closest we've come to doing it, and I'm gonna bow out at that thought. So there's actually 2 versions of this, so hang on. There's a Game Boy version and an NES version, I just realized. What's the NES version look like and sound like? As I preemptively lower the fuck out of it this time. That sounds a bit less painful on the ears, honestly. Only a little bit less painful on the ears, but definitely less. And it has color. Ta-da! It's also a bit easier to look at, because I can actually see more than like a foot in front of me. So what that means is I probably should have... Oh god, that still sounds terrible. Nope. 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 Abandon ship. I tried. I tried. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Now this one might fight me for control a bit more because it's full screened itself. Please give me back control. That just sounds wrong. It sounds better than the other ones have so far, but it sounds wrong on many levels. Still doing that tiny thing, so I'm gonna need to... Probably gonna need to fix my game capture at some point. Probably do that after we're done. That's not the window I asked you for. There we go. Like, see, this actually has like a menu and everything. Instead of just like dumping you into gameplay straight away. How do I get out of this menu? Help. A little bit, yeah. I can definitely feel that in this. I don't know how to get out of this menu. Escape just escapes from everything. Help. Okay, we're just not gonna open the menu again. The menu doesn't exist. There is no options menu. No, it is all a lie. Hopefully the sound doesn't go back to full murder mode. It kinda did. There we go, that looks okay. Oh, there's Mario. He's dead. We've been injured. We've killed a Goomba. Okay. If you're running, you can jump higher. Checks out. To crush, you have to press down while you're in the air. Yahoo! This feels like just weird acid trip Mario right now. Just because of the music. I saw what happened earlier. You've been put through quite the ringer. You've landed in the Cap Kingdom. We've been under attack by the same monster. And to make matters worse, the Fiend has kidnapped my little sister. You know what? We have to work together to help those two. Cappy is now your companion. We have a hat. How hat? How do hat? Whee! Ah, okay. Whee! Yeah, this seems like a more accurate remake than the other one. Is this at least has mechanics instead of just the movement? I just wish it didn't sound like the music was coming at me through a horrible, like... how to explain what this sounds like to me? I'm torn between it sounding like it's underwater and it coming through like one of those drive-through speakers. It's got that like weird metallic tone to it that is just constantly fucking with me. This otherwise seems great. Just, oh god, the music's killing me again. It's still an improvement over the last one, don't get me wrong, as far as that goes. Just, yikes. The sound effects are also so quiet compared to the music, and I can't fix it because I don't know how to get back out of the menu. I thought we were free. I thought we escaped to the music. Okay, instead of becoming a Goomba, they just die. Also, don't look too closely at that animation, because I can't help but notice that there's a frame where Mario's facing forward, and it looks terrible. So I assume... Ah. Okay, I need to light the lights. Boop, boop. Or not. There we go. Now I can open the door. Oh, God. It's gone industrial. Help. It's also gotten louder for some reason. I'm done. I'm out of there. Nope. If they're gonna have no regard for any kind of audio balancing, no. We're just out. We're out of there. So far the best one's been that Luigi's Mansion one. That was actually a game. That Mario one felt good, just both versions of it. The music was attacking my ears. Oh, I did promise to do one certain one, so we're gonna do that. Which, this one's interesting, because I actually have to load it into an emulator. It's not actually a standalone thing. There it is. So how do you feel about Disco Elysium Game Boy Edition? Oh my god, there's actually a category for it. I can't believe Twitch knows what this is. I'll actually go ahead and mark that one. I'll actually click the correct one since that actually has the thing. Oh my god. Thinker, sensitive, or physical? Yes, select the thinker archetype. Yes. Did I turn the sound for this off? Yes, I did. That's why we don't hear anything. Put it like there and hope that works. There is only darkness. Your conscience ferments in it. You don't have to do anything. Ever. Never ever? Never ever ever, baby. An amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No traumas are contained within. Wait, what? An awareness creeps up on you. A ball of meat surrounding you. Yeah, go ahead and tell me more. It is foolish of you to resurface. The damage is irreversible. Sail through the abyssological zone. Besides, you wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Poured so much over yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chief? You did this? Yes. Your one disco mother. There's this giant ball there. It's basically all just evil apes. Duking it out on a giant ball. Is an ape small? Infinitesimally small. They're vying for resources. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose. That's a pretty sad way to put it. Yes, it is. You drowned in that. You lost. Psi cap increased to 2. You awake in a trashed room. You remember nothing. I certainly don't remember turning green, that's for sure. You have no memory of your own face. Look at your reflection? Sure. Are you sure? You may not like what you see. Psi 8. Behold, the look on your face is frozen, holding a single expression. The expression. It's awful. I rolled a 7 and failed. Psi increased to 1. You really do look awful. -1 morale. I'm gonna guess if I passed that, I wouldn't have lost morale, looking at myself in the mirror. It's a tape deck, totally trashed. Someone has ripped out the tape. The roll reads, "The smallest church in St. Sains." This one, it's a classic. You know this song. You know it with your soul. Take the tape? Sure. You re-roll it as best you can, but you'll need proper tools to repair the tape. Picked up audio tape. I don't need no pants to go out in the world. Yeah. Hello, officer. What? Officer? Am I military? No. Chief Executive Officer? You are a police officer, sir. Unless you have been feeding us elaborate lies all this time. All this time? You've been here 3 days, officer. Where am I? Where am I? You're in a hostel. A hostel where? In Ravalco, sir. Martinez, to be exact. Okay. Be careful, sir. They don't like officers here. But what about her? She's not from here, like you. It's locked. The voices in my head are confusing. Found one real. Okay. Now, what adds an extra layer of confusion to this, by the way, is I've not played Disco Elysium, or even really seen it much at all. That's what makes this extra weird for me. Hello, I am Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st? My name is... I don't think we have... Well, now we did pick a thinker, so we might be able to make up a name on the spot and be believable. Yeah, because we've got +1 to this, so... There. Nope. 7 again. Failed. Int increased to 2. My name is Tequila Sunset. Interesting. Now that we are both here, we should begin our investigation. Let's start with the scene. It's behind the hotel. He seems unfazed. Kim Kitsuragi has joined you. If you get lost, press select to speak with Kim about next steps. Okay. Let's go check out the scene of whatever Well. Let's not say we did. The Kineme, a classic. Whose wheels are these? Why do I get this feeling that's either ours or he just thinks we're an idiot? Yeah, I'm gonna have to walk back in that room, and I'm just gonna say, if you didn't see what I saw, trigger warning. Bad things are in there. The body rots and the smell is overpowering. Hold your guts. Mentally or physically. Well, 10 psi is gonna be kind of hard. We're gonna need to roll an 8. Hang on. Gotta answer this one. Gotta answer questions about the fact that we're dealing with some real wacky weather here. We're built for mental, so let's try to mentally resist what we saw. So apparently we have 0 to this, so that's unfortunate. We passed, though. We rolled a 10. It's the first one we passed. Fizz cap increased to 2. Your body is under your control, and no smell will change that. Idea. Shit compressor unlocked. Beginning visual assessment. Where should we start? Let's have a look at the footsteps. I'm an idiot. You cannot discern one print from the next in the mud. How many suspects? 400 million. He's hung with a cargo belt. Likely from the nearby port. That's a strong lead. We need a closer look at the body. Not sure how we can get it down. Do you have any ideas? We could shoot it down. We could Oh, this is a terrible idea, but let's do it anyway. I'll take the shot, as you don't seem to have your gun. Did you miss? Damn. Let me try. Oh, this is gonna go poorly. But we're gonna do it anyway. Hey, we actually made the shot. Motoric's cap increased to 2. Ding. Kim holds his hand in the air. Yeah, sure. Idea, Ace's High unlocked. Okay, now we can do the autopsy. I'll perform the inspection. You can fill out the form. Kim hands you a form to fill out, with many empty boxes. Coroner's case number? KK5708030815. Date of the death? We'll go with March 3rd, 51. Plus or minus 6 hours. External examination? Clothes, just armored boots and briefs. Yeah, you know, just pop them open right there in the field. It'll be fine. Large tattoo covers his chest and shoulder. Cargo belt around his neck. Well-fed, athletic build, 1.8 meters tall. Several scars consistent with combat injuries. Hands are clean, no sign of struggle. Internal? Fluid coming from the mouth. Thyroid bone fractured. Blood present in mucus. The mountain's mouth released a stench. You feel sick again. Blood gathering at extremities, consistent with hanging. Description of injuries. Bruises on head and chest. Ligature marks around neck. No sign of clawing. We're drawn to the man's head. There is something there. You sure you want to look? Yeah, we're gonna regret this, but look anyway. Shit. We were close, but not quite. Nothing, just dark flesh. The stench returns. The ground falls out beneath you. You collapse onto the corpse. You heave a pale liquid across the man's face. Minus 1 health. At least we are finished here. We can't learn more here. We'll have to wait for the coroner report. Meanwhile, we should find our dock workers. Let's start by asking around at the hostel. A group like this should be known about. Found 2 of whatever that is. Something is hanging from this bush, but you cannot reach it. Seems like it was placed there through a window in the building. Huh. That's a little weird. What I'm betting is the thing we couldn't identify was probably a bruise when he got knocked out before that whole thing happened, presumably. Yeah. It's not a good look for us right now, is it? Just really not a good look at all. This is the Union's booth. If you need to speak with them, I'll be watching you. Why? I am the Union's legal counsel. I thought you were the gardener. I'm both. What? A whole bunch of you hanging about in here. Alright, this is where you say your bit. Yeah, get to it, cops. We Hardy Boys want nothing to do with you. You have no authority here. These men seem to command some authority here. They likely know something about the murder, so that we should tread lightly. What the fuck you whispering about? We'd like to ask you about the body outside. What about it? Did you know the deceased? Yeah, we did. That's why we hung him. Well, that's direct. Mystery solved. They fucking killed him. There we go. Let's move on. Get in the car. We're going home. We did this together. All of us. Aha! So you just confessed to murder? Too easy. That's right. We all did. Think you can just arrest all of us? We've told you what happened. Now get out of our town. How is pretty easy. This many of them, if they did all get in on that, could get it done easy. That's not even a question. They clearly don't like him, so Wise kind of handled but they also clearly have no regret, so we'll go with why anyway. Why did you kill him? Because he was mercenary scum. And he stepped out of line in my town. He was harassing women and workers. He threatened to kill us if we didn't end the strike. And that was before he came here. He had a live grenade in our bar. He was here drinking and grabbing girls mid-karaoke. He assaulted someone? Grabbed her legs and started screaming at her while she sang. Who was she? You're not getting a name. That's a local matter. None of the RCM's business. Fuck off, cops. You've been through enough. If someone has been assaulted, we need to... You don't need to do anything. Trying to keep my boys in check, officer. But... let's get straight to this, then. You just killed him like that? No remorse? How many people have you sent to the chair? Or to the prison or rot? For 20 years? For life? Honestly, I don't remember. Ain't worth remembering? That's what I expected. Yeah, it's not a good look for us at all. How did you kill him? We hung him up till he went real stiff. Didn't you go to cop school? Any other details? We overpowered him here, then hung him out back. And left him for the birds. And you. How did you overpower him? With numbers, asshole. I've done enough explaining here. They're right, detective. We can't arrest them all alone. We have no backup here. What should we do? I mean, they have numbers, but we have a doorway. We could just take a step back, and we'd take a few of them before they can manage to get through that door. Unfortunately, that is not in the option list. That would simplify matters greatly, but that is not in the option list. And considering they have the advantage of numbers on us right now, intimidating them is not really going to be an option without shooting one of them, and then they would all attack us. So I'm going to try to be clever here, and it's probably not going to work. I also don't know why appealing is a physique roll. Well, I guess that's it then. Case closed. Kim, let's cuff these murderers. Huh? You moron, I'd like to see you try. -1 health. You succumb to your injuries. And we're dead. Well, that went well. Can't say that went any other way other than completely expected. Yeah, I knew you could die very easily in this, so that's why I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let it ride and see what happens. Do I want to swap to one more? Yeah, you know what? This went to a dark place. Let's cleanse the palate with another option. Complete tonal flip. Since this is another one that ran through the same emulator. Kirby. It's very hard to tell what's happening, but Kirby's flying somewhere. There's a Waddle Dee with a spear. Something is happening on that screen. I'm assuming it's bad. And we went through a void, and now we're here. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, as if it was run on the Game Boy. Stage 1, Arrival Point. This, to the best of my knowledge, only is one stage long. Apparently has no music or sound, so we're not going to stick to this too long, then. Oh, nope, there are sounds. There is okay. I see. This is, less than I expected it to be. Significantly less than I expected it to be. I also apparently have lost the ability to do the Kirby thing of pulling things in. I think it's breaking. Just gonna jump over him then. I can't do the thing. There we go, I've regained the power to do the thing. I am so confused. This is so jank. This is also why I didn't switch categories for this, because boy, this exists, and we're dead. So I was expecting this to be good, but like super short. Turns out this is really bad. I don't know if it's the emulator of choice that's broken this, or if this was just bad from the word go. This could easily have just been a very bad thing. Everything about this is kind of broken. Yeah, when I walk near this guy, I lose my ability to suck things up. But I regain it as soon as I walk over here. No, I got it now. Yeah, as soon as I walk near him, I just can't do anything. Very strange. This is not good. This is 100% not good. Oh, we can fly though. Or not. I can puff up like I could fly, and then I don't. Honestly, I think a student's first game would be running better than this. I say that because I've seen in the work of students, and it has been better than this. This is just tragic. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend this didn't happen. Just gonna pretend that just didn't happen at all. Nope, I've got one more that runs through this, so we'll just go to that and pretend that other one didn't happen. Because somebody took Tunic and put it on the Game Boy as well. Which, this is something that I think would actually translate to the Game Boy potentially pretty well. It's just not doing anything. I'm assuming it's gotta let it do its thing, so we'll just wait a second and see what happens. I'm pretty confident this actually does do something. This one I looked at and I saw screenshots of it actually moving and doing things. Just apparently I can't escape this menu. So... things are going great. While it tries to decide whether it wants to do something or not, I'm gonna figure something else out. Right? It's really having to have a think about this. Kind of impressive just how hard it's having to work to do something this simple. I really feel like it's broken. I feel like it's not actually gonna do anything. In fact, actually, while I'm looking around, let me double check the page on this one and make sure I'm not talking out of my ass when I say it's supposed to do something. Because maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. No, it has actual game screens and controls and things. So something's definitely wrong here. Hang on. I have other options. Let me see if I can load it in something else and maybe that'll behave. Maybe it just doesn't like that. I'd be very surprised if that was the issue, but it's worth a try. It's just gonna take me a second to rig things around. The volume's also going to be completely different again, so I'm gonna have to wrestle with that, but I'm willing to give it a try. It doesn't help that all these files are now in a completely different order relative to this thing, so I have to find it. Where are you in here, you bastard? Okay, yes, this time it faded out and this time gameplay is happening. Okay, now I will get you guys a view now that it's working. Provided it decides to actually show up. For fuck's sake. There we go. Ta-da! We are Tiny Fox. We can move and do things. Stuff happens. This might actually last more than seconds, so I'll go ahead and change categories to continue the bit. I don't know why I find this as funny as it is. Okay. Hello, this is a short remake of Tunic. I hope you enjoy playing it. Mint Ferret. Okay. You move, you use items, you attack. You can open the manual that way. Got it. Because from what I remember with this, the whole thing was... It came with a manual, but you actually kind of find all of that information. So the manual's kind of like massive spoilers from what I remember. Something like that. It's like right now we can't even read things. And I keep meaning to play this game, but it just has yet to ever actually happen. How do I... help? There we go. I have achieved stick. Whack everything with stick. Can I set stick on fire? No. Die, weird fish abomination shoe thing. Yes, that's a sentence I've said, and I'm not taking it back. That door looks slightly broken, but, you know, it's probably fine. I'm assuming I can't get to that right. It's having a rough time existing right now. You know, I don't actually know if the text is supposed to be fucked up or not. Now that we're experiencing some more of this, I'm not sure. I'm becoming less and less certain by the minute. On the bright side, the volume seems to have mostly been fine. Which is not surprising because RetroArch was set up for this before. Ah, that's a rest point. Got it. I just pressed a button and darkness consumed me, so I had concerns. Sealed forever. Why do I have this feeling that's not gonna be so forever? Just not in this reality. Can't open this. This is when we find out that this is all that was made, is you just walk around and smack a couple of things and it's like, yep, that's the game. Which they did say it was short, but I don't know how short. But I don't think there's anywhere else we can go, so I'm a little confused. Is there anything back where we started now that I have weapon? No. Also a little weird when we enter these bushes. He just kind of holds pieces of it up in front of himself. Like, yep, I'm invisible. You can't see me. I have a sneaking suspicion this might in fact be all we can do. But there's that chest. That chest is bothering me. How get chest? I feel like if we can get to it, that we might learn something. This also looks strange. So there's also a bridge there. Because this doesn't take me anywhere different. This just loops. I feel like nothing changed between me figuring out how to get this to run and it not running, honestly. Aside from a little bit of walking. That has skulls on it, so I assume that's bad. Something bad is in there, and it would kill me if I went in there. That seems to be a bit of a non-starter. On the bright side, if I choose to raid out now, we'll have a much less confusing title to tell people. It's like, oh yeah, see, I was totally playing a game that makes sense. Yes. Yes. There's nothing wrong here at all. Take a quick look and see if there's anywhere that I'm like, yes, we'll go here. Because on the one hand, it's like, I should go somewhere that makes sense for what we're doing, but, the hell would even make sense for what I've done here today? The answer? I have no idea. But even though it is short, I have been just kind of dropping in my chair here, so we're not gonna overdo it today. Yeah, you know what, I'll go confuse Seek. I haven't actually visited him. But he's part of a Discord I'm in, and he's been a good enough dude the whole time. So it's only right that we give him some help. Let's see. Thank you for putting up with my shit today as far as this silly nonsense goes, for starters, and all the jank and issues we had. I would consider going long, but with the windstorm and everything, I don't trust my setup to survive. I've consistently, and as I said, I'm tired. Let's see, today's Saturday, so nothing tomorrow. I'm doing something special on Monday instead of Soul Reaver. So look forward to that. Tuesday, I might shift Soul Reaver into that slot or do something else. Soul Reaver might just, like, take a back seat for a week. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do with that yet. Thursday, I need to figure out something else. Oh, no. Soul Hackers isn't done yet. We have one more session of Soul Hackers. So Thursday will most likely be that last session. Unless I want to just get it over with on Tuesday. I might do that so we can start something new Thursday. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna hit the button and send y'all to go see Seek. He's playing Dark Souls Remastered. He's apparently just gonna keep on hammering at it till it's done. It looks like it's not going too badly for him, so there's that. But with that, we'll head on over that way. Have a good one, everyone, and I will see you on Monday. Hopefully. Be good to Seek because he's a good dude, and goodbye.